Hello everybody, welcome back to Norm's Custom Sawing. Today we're going to be loading a big pine log, and the butt of this log is 37 inches across. It was over 40 inches, but I cut some of the flares off, and I got it on there. The butt end's, like I say, 37 inches, and the small end is 27 inches, so it has some taper to it. And although it isn't the heaviest log that I had on here, it is, the diameter wise, it is the biggest log. And but I mean, it handles it very well. The mill does, and I'll be running it through here, and I'm cutting this one here, 2 cants that are 10 inches wide. I'm making 1x10s out of them, and I just kind of making sure everything's lined up, and get the saw in here, speed things up there a little bit so you can see better what's going on. When I was cutting this log, I have a hard time cutting pine right now for some reason. I think it's just these blades that aren't treating me the best. These are 7-degree blades, and I got to take my time with them or I'm going to get some wavy cuts even on a sharp blade. But look at that. I mean, I had plenty of room to spare yet, and I just dump it off the side here. Saves my back big time doing that. Then I'll just use a skid steer or something. Right at this job I had a skid steer. I'll just dump the slabs off the side and pick them up with the skid steer and haul them away. That way I don't have to do all the heavy lifting. It's just something therapeutic about watching a log go from being round to being square. It's just something to watch, and it's very interesting. I'll do the same thing with this one here. I'll just dump the slab off the side. Got the customer's dog running around here. He always comes out and greets me every time I come out. I'm done with this job here. It was a 2-day job, but he came out every time and greeted me and loved to be petted. Here's where I make my mistake. I'm at the tapered end, so I'm thinking I got plenty of room, above the saw blade. And I started going through, and my return fingers that are coming down got hung up a little bit. I didn't have them all the way out of the way, so I'm trying to get that fixed. Trying to get that through there. And finally get it working so it's out of the way so I can get on sawing. And I think, hey, that's all the problem I'm going to have with this one. And I keep on going through, didn't realize how much the log taper, how much bigger it got at the far end. So now I can't make it all the way through. I have to back the blade off just a little bit. So you can see I almost made it out of the log. Not quite. So I just push the slab forward, give me enough room. And that way I can get the blade through far enough and then pick my blade up and get through there. There we go. And in this case, I just I'm going to do 1 cant at a time, and that way I get the best cuts out of it. If I try to do 2 of them, you're cutting through 20 inches at a time, and putting everything into 1 inch, that's a lot of cutting. And I prefer to just do 1 cant and get them off and go through there like that. I'm thinking, here we go now. I mean, I'm just nice, beautiful cant to be cutting through. Which it did cut real nice. I mean, this one here, it cut real nice. You had to be careful. Some of these knots in here were so hard that it sounded like I was literally hitting a nail on some of them. And unfortunately here, I did hit a nail. And I made like 2 cuts and boom, I hit a nail. And like, well, I wasn't expecting that. I went and I dug it out. I always try to take some kind of tools with me so I can dig these nails out here if I hit some. And the funny thing is, I thought it was just, well, it's not really funny, it's kind of expensive. I thought the blade was just dulled a little bit. And so I didn't worry too much about it. I only charged for resharpening my blades, because typically if I hit hardware, then I will charge for a blade because of the damage to it. And in this case, I thought it was just dulled out a little bit and kind of rounded my teeth off. And then I wanted to sharpen my blades, and I realized, well, I did a lot more than just round my teeth off. It sheared about 4 of my teeth off at one spot. And I'm thinking, here we go. Now I'm just going to cruise right on through there. It's cutting beautiful. And I go up there and boom, I hit another one. And the first cut on a new blade, I mean, you got to love it when it happens. And I was like, well, on this one here, I'm just going to cut the nail out of it this time. And then once I made my second cut there, I'm like, nope, I'm just going to cut the whole thing off. I don't know how many are in here, so I just cut it off and throw it to the side. And I ended up the other cant as well. I didn't even start cutting through it. I just cut the end of it off because it was the butt end of it. And I didn't want to deal with more nails, and I was running out of blades because I was like thinking, oh, pine, I won't have to worry about too many blades. And this job, for some reason, it was rough on my blades. And fortunately, I kept on cutting, and they went through pretty good. And he's going to use it for, well, the plan right now, he's going to use these boards for finishing out his basement for paneling. And so I had 1x10s, 1x8s, some 1x12s, and then 1x6s. And it took longer than I expected on this job, simply because I had to cut the stickers out. And as soon as you have to start cutting stickers, you're cutting one by ones, and it just takes some time. And then with having to sticker every one of these packs here, it takes about twice as long to put a log through if you're by yourself, if you need to stick them and stack them. But, you know, that's why I do these jobs here. I do by the hour, because if I do by the board foot, I couldn't get enough lumber through to make it worth my time. So I just do them by the hour, and if they want me to stack them and stick them like that, then, well, they're going to pay me to stack and stick, which I don't mind doing it. It's just a little bit more time consuming. Got to be careful as you get to the bottom here. Make sure you're clearing everything, and last thing you want to do is hit a backstop or log clamp of any kind. So you just got to keep your eye open and make sure everything's cleared out. So far on this mill, I have yet to hit my backstops. I'm not saying it won't happen, but, you know, it can happen without even thinking about it. You focused on one thing and get distracted by something else. But I got this cant. I got one more cut here. Then I'll be done with this cant, and I got to stack them. And then I'll have the other one flipped up. I won't have the other one on video here when I'm doing it. But thanks again for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And see there, I didn't even worry too much about cutting the sticks to length. I just break them as I need them. But thanks again for watching, and like and subscribe. I hope you enjoy the videos. Thank you.